As it relates to African Americans, I feel that it's a very common story. A lot of African Americans have lost land that they're not even aware that they have. It's been stolen from them, and by the time they find out about the land, it's too late. You know, even with our situation, the titles and the deeds have been misappropriated and they've been changed around. Names have been left out, and then other names have been added.
This is our property, and some things are going on that shouldn't be going on it.
My cousin has been going over the paperwork, and a lot of the deeds have false information. Like, for instance, Emmanuel Freeman Jr., they have him as signing one of the papers with an X, and we knew that he was a very literate person because he was a deacon in the church.
It was even harder to find out that they had pronounced us as being deceased from Emmanuel Freeman Jr. and making his name be the same name as his father's and making it look like it was all connected.
And there's a lot of discrepancies in the paperwork. A lot of things have been written in pencil, and a lot of things have been unsigned but have been made official documents. How can you have an official document that hasn't been signed? There's no verification, no stamp or anything on the paperwork, but it's passed off as being a legal document.
We hadn't been included in the documents at all. The first family that Emmanuel Freeman Sr. had with LCL Barksdale, that was his first wife, would be myself, which in the documents they stated that I was deceased and all my cousins were deceased. We are not deceased, and we're speaking out now for the Freeman estate. When I went to court for the first time, when I first went to court, I had 15 days to answer the partition. So I had to do some fast, getting to know lawyers and asking, can somebody help me with it? So I got a letter typed up. I answered all the questions that the partition had in it to the best of my knowledge. When I answered it, they didn't expect me to come. So one lawyer recommended that I say, I have first right of refusal. And I didn't know exactly what it meant at that time, but I knew it was an emergency because we only had 15 days before they were going to auction our land off. And then I started digging more, and I found some different real estate contracts that they were getting ready to sell the 360 acres, which did not belong to the parties that were involved at that time.
We're not getting anywhere in Halifax County in the courthouse. So we're trying to seek a change of venue. So maybe with a possibility, if it's moved out of that county, we can seek some justice.
When I went to the county clerk's office, one of the members in the office, secretary, said, Ms. Hyman, there's something in the safe for you. So when I asked the county clerk, what's in the safe for the Freeman family? He started walking back and forth and saying, there's nothing in the safe. So all I want to know is what's rightfully ours, and I'm trying to bring it to, closure. And my question to him was, how come we can't file probate? Because I did my father's estate, and this is considered a part of his estate. So he said, you'll never own it. You'll never own the land, And I said, well, the taxes are paid. You'll never own it. So he said to me, and this really stuck, and this is what motivated me, is that I've been waiting for many years to lift the gates on my property so my cows can graze on the Freeman property. I'll never forget that. And it motivated me to say, you really think that? Well, guess what? We have a very large family. I know they have it documented where all the deceased people are a part of the partition case, but those deceased people need to be eliminated, and then the living heirs need to be the people that you talk to now, because we are the people who are handling the business for the family now. And the first family is the rightful owners. And I'm fighting a war in Halifax County right now. But, I just said the papers stand for themselves. They say what it is, and they should respect that. They should respect what my grandfather's wishes were for his property and for his heirs that he left behind. And they need to put the land in the right hands and then let us talk together.
And they need to respect their own laws.
In their laws, the law is not being respected at all.
It's being ignored, totally ignored.
The law is being, and people are getting paid off, I'm sure. But, you know, all we can do is keep on doing what we're supposed to do and pray that they do the right thing in the law system, in the judicial system. The judicial system is not really supporting what's going on with us because there's a bigger picture politically, and we're aware of it.